What's up, everyone? It's John Samuel, and welcome to All Access Live. Today, we have a very special episode because we got my buddy Michael Evans here, who is the co-founder of 321, Raleigh's top-rated coffee shop. So what's up, Michael?
Hey, John, thanks for having me on today. Really excited to be here.
I know. I'm so excited because it's been way too long, I've had Lindsay on in the past, but I'm glad I can have you on too, man, so we can hear
Oh,
both
yeah,
sides of the story.
absolutely.
Because we often see, we see a lot of Lindsay out there when we talk about 321. But I thought it was really cool because 321 was highlighted in the Today Show recently, and it was so cool to see you out there talking and really kind of sharing your own passion for the mission of 321. So I'm super excited to have you to talk about this. So, Michael, can you kind of share your story, how you kind of got connected with Lindsay and how y'all started doing this thing?
Yeah, absolutely. So, Lindsay and I met our freshman year at NC State. We were both part of the Park Scholars Program at NC State, and that was sort of the initial connection between a bunch of us that were working on 321 Coffee. Lindsay had grown up in the area. I grew up in Pennsylvania. And so Lindsay sort of came to school locally, saying that she had a lot of friends that she had grown up with that were in the special needs community, and that after high school graduation, there were a lot of recreational opportunities available for them, but not a lot of professional opportunities available. And she was interested in doing something about this and making that change while we were on a college campus with lots of those opportunities available to us. So with that, a couple of us came together with Lindsay's idea and passion behind this and said, okay, let's see what we can do. And we just started doing different pop-up events around NC State. We would go to unified rivalry football game between UNC and State where some players and some Special Olympics athletes team up and play each other in a game. That was the very first event. One of the very first events that we did as 321 Coffee, but we would just go around campus doing these events, and over time, sort of, they started to gain a little bit of traction, and people started to ask where they could find us all the time. And it was at that point, I think, that Lindsay and I, like the wheels really started turning, and we started thinking to ourselves, okay, maybe we need to find a way to do this in a more significant way. But that initial connection at NC State was really what brought us all together, and a lot of passion from Lindsay, having grown up very involved in this community.
Yeah, and that's great because, the connection to NC State, I think NC State has been a great, source of support for y'all. You were part of the Miller's Fellowship. Can you talk about that as well?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, so many programs at NC State that were great to support us as entrepreneurs. While we were students there, we took part in the Andrews Launch Accelerator, available to students and I think recent alumni that have started companies, and a summer program that provides some funding, but also talks about starting a business, growing a business. All of that stuff was a really awesome program. And then, John, like you mentioned, the Miller Fellowship, that was a program that Lindsay and I were both after we graduated. It's a program at NC State that supports entrepreneurs after graduation. Again, some programming and tries to form some community with other students that are in that same position. Also providing some funding because they recognize that taking that step out of college and really working on this full time is a scary step, and can sometimes use a little bit of help to give people, that momentum going forward.
Yeah, no, it meant a lot to my wife Nicole and I when y'all invited us to take part in kind of your ceremony, right? Your kind of like culmination ceremony of the Miller program, and it was such a great experience. Yeah, it was really cool to be there with you guys and to share that experience. And because we've had the opportunity to see your growth over the last several years, and it's been awesome. And there's a lot of cool things that have been going on. I'd like to talk to you about the Oatly milk, like electric vehicle. What's going on there? What is this whole thing about? What are we looking forward to?
Yeah, absolutely. So in 2021, it was actually right after Lindsay and I had graduated. We were on a trip out west, and my mom sent me a link to this grant that Oatly was doing. So Oatly makes oat milk, probably I think they're the largest oat milk producer in the
I think
world.
so. That's the only one I know, right?
It seems to check out. And they were doing a grant called Oatly's Big Idea Grant. And what they're looking for was people in the industry that were interested in pursuing big projects that dealt with sustainability. So both social sustainability, so how we treat our people, and then also the environment, and looking at sustainability from that point too. So we proposed to them a project of a fully electric van that would help 321 get out into the community more. So with that van, we could pursue more markets. We could go actually provide our services to companies with a little bit more ease instead of trying to, get everything into our car and figure it out that way. But we wanted to make sure we were also addressing that environmental piece going with the electric van. So we're lucky enough to be selected as recipients of that grant. After we were awarded it, we then spent about a year trying to track down one of these vans. We were looking for a 4D Transit. It turns out they were super high demand. So spent a little bit of time looking for that. But this past December, we're finally able to get our hands on one. And now we're sort of working on laying the rest of that groundwork for what we were hoping to do with that.
That is awesome. How is it driving it around?
Great. Yeah, it's super smooth.
Yeah.
And it is, I think, really going to change the way that we're able to do things and the types of events that we're really able to do out in the community. I mean, just over the last couple of weeks, we really started talking about, okay, what markets are out there that we're able to be a part of, that we can get our team out in front of every weekend, to be spreading what 321 Coffee is all about, and getting our product, a really great product, into the hands of many people, because our team works so hard to make such an awesome product that can really stand on its own.
That's so cool. Do you have it like decked out? Does it say 321? Does it have like the cool logo on it, or what's going on?
Not yet. At this point, it's really very basic, but all that to come for sure. We'll get it nicely branded so that it really stands out on the road.
For sure. And y'all have a super cool logo, so you got to get that brand out there.
Absolutely.
Oatly is just one of those cool partnerships that you have. You have one with, the Pendo collaboration with your shop up there, and then also, you had Queen Latifah on your commercial. How did that all come about? What's that whole thing about?
Yeah, so last year we officially partnered with Lenovo as part of their small business program. They provided some funding to help us create a fully accessible roasting facility. That the goal of that facility is that our team would be able to go from start to finish independently roasting and packaging coffee. So Lenovo, a really key partner in that project and making that come to light, has involved us in a lot of the small business initiatives that they have. And one of those initiatives was getting to go up to New York to be a part of their Evolve Small campaign and filming a spot for that. Queen Latifah was the star of that segment. So
I think Aaron was a star, dude. Aaron was a star.
Yeah. So
you were just the
Yep. So they just didn't know that, but Aaron. So one of our baristas, Aaron, and then Lindsay both went up to New York. They actually left from the grand opening of our shop in downtown Raleigh. They got into a limo and off to the airport. It was Aaron's first time to New York City, but I think he is a great addition to that city. He brings a lot of great energy, and I think that was what the team up there quickly realized, was that Aaron was the real star of the show.
Yes. He outshined the Queen Latifah, right? That's pretty amazing to kind of do, right? So that's super cool. But you talk about the grand opening of the downtown Raleigh shop, because now you have 4 shops, and I guess Durham is the newest and latest, greatest new shop. Like, how's that all been going?
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, really cool seeing the days that we have all the shops running together and it's happening. And I think that's really awesome to see. It speaks to how far we've come. This time last year, we had one shop over at the State Farmers Market in Raleigh, and
Yeah.
that today we have 4 shops running all at the same time is really cool. I think a really good testament to the team that is running this and how everyone has grown to be able to do that. Um, but awesome. I mean, it's been really cool being able to reach a new market in Durham, a market that
Yeah.
we hadn't necessarily been a part of as much as we started in Raleigh, but it's been really cool getting to hear from all sorts of different people that have said, oh, we got to go to the Durham shop. We've had people that have visited multiple shops in one day.
Yeah.
We're gonna have to get somebody that can visit like all of them in one day. That'll be the ultimate prize, I guess.
Well, talking about the ultimate prize and going to all the different shops in one day, I think it's time for you and I to start talking about one of the main reasons I wanted you here today was to talk about our bike ride, right?
Oh,
And
yes.
it is the ultimate goal of us going to all the 4 shops on a tandem bicycle. And, we were going to do this. I think it was December 3rd was our planned date, the day before, a day after the grand opening of the Durham shop. And
I think you're right. Yeah.
yeah, wiser minds prevailed and told us. I was actually out of town, and then when we tried to do it the next couple weeks later, wiser minds prevailed and told us not to do it. And I think it was wise at that time, right? That we did not go
It's a
that
little
day.
cold that day.
It was a little cold the day when Michael and I got on the tandem bike for the very first time as a team. And Michael, had you been on a road bike before?
I know, never been on a road bike before.
Yeah. So yes, Michael's first time on a road bike. Have you ever been on a tandem bike?
Once before with my dad.
Okay.
That was my only experience.
So here we are on a road bike, tandem bike, and we start off just from my house to go around the loop. And we start off, Michael doesn't know how to switch the gears. And we are just, it was getting harder and harder. But, by the end, after that first lap, we were getting faster and faster, right? We were cruising by the end.
Yeah. I think we were making our 4-minute mile by the end.
We were, right? And we were cutting time like each time we went around, and we did 5 miles. But our goal is to go see all the 4 locations, and so what we do want to do. I mean, I'd love to see if we can start to kind of document this series, right, and have people kind of take part and follow our journey and join us, right? Because I think it'd be cool to have people.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah,
but I think
we've got a whole group of bikers visiting all the shops.
Yeah, I mean, like Krispy Kreme's got the Krispy Kreme challenge. I think we can do the 3-2-1 challenge, right?
Oh yeah.
So, but I don't know what we're gonna do. We have to figure out something fun to do at each of the 4 locations.
Yeah, maybe like a special drink at each one, or some shots of espresso. We'll really be all jazzed up by the time that we get to that final stop.
Yeah. Do you think you start in Raleigh? Do you think we start in Durham?
I don't know. That's going to take some consultation, probably with someone that knows a little bit more about the bike route from Raleigh to Durham. So I suppose if we've got anyone listening that knows a little bit about that, shoot your ideas our way.
Exactly, because we need some support. We need some guidance on how we're going to do this. But I think we need to set a date. And I don't know what you're thinking. Before we were just going to go from 0 to 47 miles in one morning, but we are much much wiser now, and we are planning this out. But do you think
we're well practiced?
We're well practiced now. Do you think we should do it like in the spring, summer, fall? What's your gut thing?
I think we do a spring ride. I think
spring ride.
Nice weather gets going. We get a nice spring day, not crazy hot. makes it a really pleasant ride.
Okay. So let's put this out. May, you think, or April?
I think April. We go April.
We go April? All right.
Oh yeah,
All right.
I think that's when we're gonna get. We'll get our nice like 70-degree day, 60-degree day, and we won't battle with sweating the whole way.
All right, cool. So we will start to, I mean, we need to get on the bike. So when are you free?
Oh yeah, that's right. That's I guess our next our next battle is getting some practice in under our belt.
Oh, actually, what about doing it on March 21st?
Yeah, I think March 21st is a Tuesday this year, which could,
Okay.
but we could do it at some point that week, sort of make it like a
Yeah, the whole week a celebration.
play into
yeah,
like
right?
the like 321 like World Down Syndrome Day celebration that week. 321
Yeah.
sort of planning out having celebrations sort of throughout that entire week. So maybe we tack it on as part of that.
Or we can look at April 3rd at 2:10, right? So then the four shops, 321. We can play off with these numbers at any way, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
4 3 2 1s. Yeah. And that would be in April. So we'll have to take a look at this. We will set a date. But I think we'll set a date and we'll let people know. And I think it's going to be important that people find a time to come ride with us. And I think it'd be fun to practice with us.
Yeah.
And
yeah, it's a good time. Yeah. Lots of, as we work out the logistics of riding the tandem bike.
Yes. What was like the biggest learning that you had riding the bike? Like what surprised you about that?
Certainly the road bike aspect of it was difficult. I think once we figured out like switching the gears, that definitely helped us get a little bit of that, a little bit more comfortable on there. I think turning on that thing is difficult. And I mean, the communication piece between the two of us was big, right? That I think I had to know that I needed to really talk about what we were about to do, what was coming up. And that piece between us really helped things become a little smoother in our rides.
Yes. Even just taking off, right? It's like pedal up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, right. Because it's like, how are we getting our pedals? We had to get on the stroke because to take off, we had to be in sync from the very beginning. And so I think that was like, and I think you picked it up really quickly, which was amazing. Because I think after that first, for someone who had never been on a road bike, and someone who had only had very limited experience on a tandem, you picked it up quite fast. And I think, I think that was a testament to us, getting better and more efficient as the time went. And so I do honestly believe we're going to be able to do this. And I think if we can get a lot of people to follow and join us on this, I think it'd be a really fun experience. And I think it should be something that we do as a kind of a annual thing because, or even more regularly, because I think the tandem bike kind of represents the allies and the disability community, right? We need both parts to be successful. And I think having a tandem bike
100%.
ride is really cool. And I think if we can actually have a tandem, if we can get more people on tandems, that'd be super cool. So we'll have to take a look at this. And we'll flush out all the details, but I think we'll do it sooner than later, and we'll share it with everyone so that we can get this moving.
Absolutely, we'll get a whole group of people going with us.
Right?
Maybe we can even get some sort of like live stream going from the bike ride.
Yes, I think so. Right? We can have the live stream, and people can take part. But cool, Michael. We're gonna get this set. We're gonna start documenting. We're gonna have and Annie, let's get this documented. We're gonna record all this. We're gonna post all this so we can get people to follow us and take part in this journey with us. So it'll be fun.
I love it.
But cool, Michael. Before we head out, anything else? What's going on at 321 that you think people need to know, and how can people get in touch with you?
Yeah, I guess, gosh, in 2023, we're always looking to grow our wholesale partners. Offices, retailers, anything of the like. We love finding new ways to partner with local companies, whether that's supplying break room coffee or doing different events with 321. We're always looking to grow the partners that we're working with. In 2023 in particular, that's a really big focus for the company. Also, a couple of really exciting new things coming in 2023. A new coffee coming that we can't quite release just yet. But in March, we're looking to start releasing the details of a really cool partnership that we are going to be launching. So people following us on social media to stay in the loop on that as we get a little bit closer to that announcement.
Fantastic. How exciting. Well, very cool. And so how can people get in touch? What's the handles for 321?
Yeah, we're Drink 321 Coffee on all social media platforms. We're on Twitter, Facebook, LinkedIn, Instagram, all the good things.
Nice. Well, cool, Michael. And you can also find Michael. He's the one always running in and out of all the different shops. When I've worked at the farmer's market a couple times, you're the one in the back, just coming and going everywhere. So thank you, Michael, for everything.
That's right. Doing some logistics. Absolutely.
And you have the fancy 321 polo that one day I hope to get.
Oh, yes.
Well, cool, Michael.
We'll get you hooked up, John.
Thank you. I should have worn my hat today. I wear my employee-only 321 hat, which I love and adore, and I have to get back out there and start bagging some coffee soon. But
oh yeah,
thank you, Michael. I appreciate you just becoming one of my buddies and one of my friends, and it's just been a pleasure to get to spend time with you over the last several years, and your family. Right? It's not just a one-on-one relationship. It's become a family, and I'm so thankful.
I totally second that. It has been so great getting to know you and the entire family.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thanks everyone. Well, we will be back in a couple of weeks with another episode, but thank you all, and have a wonderful day. And thanks again, Michael.
Absolutely. Thanks, John.
And thank you, Annie.